Every year, more than 6 trillion cigarettes are consumed worldwide. It is the most addictive product ever created by humans, responsible for millions of deaths, and even so, one of the biggest businesses on the planet. But have you ever wondered how they are actually produced? Is it true that they are full of chemicals and additives designed to keep us hooked? Well, today we will travel directly to China, home to the most gigantic tobacco plant on the planet. A place where every day more than 40 tons of tobacco, paper, and filters are transformed into those small cylinders that millions of people consume and enjoy nonstop. So get ready, because you are about to discover how cigarettes are produced on a massive scale. Let's begin. Step number 1. Cultivation and harvest. Every cigarette begins long before reaching its pack. Its origin lies in enormous tobacco plantations, designed exclusively to produce one of the most monitored and regulated raw materials on the planet, tobacco. Growing it is not easy at all. Tobacco is an extremely demanding plant. It needs warm climates, high humidity, many hours of sun, and nutrient-rich soils. For this reason, only a few countries concentrate most of the global production: China, Brazil, India, and the United States. Here we are not talking about small crops. We are talking about thousands of hectares covered by tobacco plants, organized with perfect precision. Each hectare can produce several tons of leaves per year, but in this industry, quantity is not everything. Every leaf matters. Its size, thickness, elasticity, and natural nicotine content directly determine the type of cigarette that will be manufactured later. For weeks, the plants grow under constant supervision. Agricultural technicians daily control the height, color, texture, and growth rate. A single error in this phase can translate into millions of dollars lost, and in this industry, the margin for failure is practically zero. When the plant reaches its exact point, the harvest begins. And although we are facing a gigantic industry, in most cases, harvesting remains manual. Hundreds of workers traverse the fields and cut the leaves one by one, starting with the lower ones and moving progressively toward the upper part of the plant. Each leaf is classified in the field itself according to its position, size, and quality. Afterward, it is carefully placed in large ventilated boxes, designed to avoid crushing and moisture accumulation. The harvest has ended, but the true industrial work has only just begun. Step number 2. Curing and drying the leaves. Once harvested, tobacco leaves are not yet useful for manufacturing cigarettes. They are green, moist, and chemically unstable. If smoked like that, they would be harsh, aggressive, and impossible to consume. Here begins one of the slowest, quietest, and most decisive phases of the entire tobacco industry: curing. The freshly cut leaves are immediately moved to large drying structures known as curing houses. There they are hung one by one, in long, perfectly ordered rows, leaving the exact space for air to circulate uniformly. This is not simple drying. It is literally a complete chemical transformation. During days and weeks, the leaf evolves. First, it loses its intense green. Then it goes through yellow tones. And finally, it adopts the characteristic brown of tobacco ready for the industry. This process can last several weeks, depending on the type of tobacco and the final use it will have: light cigarettes, strong ones, or specific blends. When the curing ends, the leaves are no longer alive. Now they are dry, flexible, resistant, and ready to enter the process that will turn them into smokable tobacco. Step number 3. Fermentation and blending of tobacco. Once dry, tobacco leaves are still not ready to smoke. Although curing has already transformed them on the outside, inside the tobacco remains aggressive, unstable, and too harsh. Before becoming a smokable product, they must pass through a key phase that very few know: fermentation. The leaves are stacked in enormous piles inside large industrial warehouses without noisy machines or external chemicals. Here the process is slow, quiet, and completely natural. At this point, it is the tobacco itself that works. During weeks and even months, the natural heat generated by the leaves activates internal chemical reactions. During fermentation, several key processes occur at the same time. Aggressive and throat-irritating compounds are reduced, nicotine stabilizes further, the flavor softens, and excessive bitterness is eliminated. In other words, the tobacco stops being harsh and becomes smokable. But not all tobaccos ferment the same. A tobacco destined for light cigarettes needs very different times and temperatures than a stronger or aromatic one. Each variety, each leaf, and each origin has its own treatment. When fermentation reaches its exact point, Another critical moment begins: blending. The fermented leaves are introduced into enormous industrial mixers, where tobaccos from different countries and regions are combined in exact proportions. Here, there is no improvisation. Each formula is designed so that every cigarette tastes exactly the same, regardless of where it is manufactured or consumed. When the blend is well fused, the tobacco is ready to move toward the next step of its transformation. Step number 4. Cutting, flavoring, and preparation of tobacco. The time has come to transform tons of tobacco leaves into a fine material prepared to become cigarettes. The fermented blend first enters high-precision cutting systems. Gigantic industrial blades, perfectly calibrated, convert the leaves into very fine millimeter-sized strands, tobacco as you see it inside a cigarette. This cut is not accidental. The exact thickness determines how the cigarette burns, how long each puff lasts, and how nicotine is released. A cut that is too thick would cause the cigarette to go out. One that is too fine would make it burn too fast. Once cut, the tobacco enters the most controversial yet most controlled phase of the process: flavoring. Here, poisons are not injected as many believe, but humectants and authorized aromas are added, designed to always guarantee the same flavor. Substances such as vegetable glycerin, cocoa, natural extracts, or sugars are used in exact proportions, not to create addiction, but to prevent the tobacco from drying out, scratching the throat, or losing stability. The addiction is created by nicotine, naturally present in the leaf since cultivation. The tobacco is sprayed uniformly while enormous industrial mixers rotate it slowly, fusing each strand until a perfect blend is achieved. After this, the tobacco is spread on large industrial trays and rests for a controlled time so it precisely absorbs all the ingredients. And with this, we already have tons of tobacco ready to take their final shape. Step number 5. Cigarette manufacturing. We reach the absolute heart of the tobacco plant, the point where tons of loose tobacco stop being raw material and become millions of identical cigarettes. The already cut and prepared tobacco is introduced directly into high-speed cigarette machines, authentic industrial monsters capable of producing thousands of cigarettes per minute without stopping. First, the tobacco is distributed completely uniformly over an internal belt. Laser sensors control in real time the exact amount of tobacco that enters each cigarette. Next, a continuous band of special paper wraps the tobacco and forms the perfect cylinder. This paper is not common. It is designed to burn at an exact speed, keep the ember stable, and guarantee controlled combustion in each puff. In the next fraction of a second, the filter enters. Previously manufactured with acetate fibers, it is automatically inserted and joined to the body of the cigarette by a second adhesive paper that seals both parts with millimeter precision. Everything happens without human hands. The machine cuts the cylinder in two, adjusts lengths, equalizes densities, and expels cigarettes absolutely identical in size, weight, and smoking behavior. To give you an idea of the production level, a single machine can manufacture more than 10,000 cigarettes per minute, running 24 hours a day without rest. When they leave this section, the cigarettes already have their final shape. But they are not yet ready to be sold. Before reaching a pack, they must overcome the strictest filter of the entire factory. Step number 6. Quality control. The time has come to decide which cigarettes are perfect enough to enter a pack and which are discarded without hesitation. Here, 1 in 100 is not checked. All of them are checked. Thousands of cigarettes advance at full speed through inspection lines equipped with electronic sensors, high-precision cameras, and laser systems capable of detecting flaws invisible to the human eye in milliseconds. The first control is the exact weight. Each cigarette must contain the precise amount of tobacco. If just one has more or less than allowed, it is automatically expelled from the line without stopping production. The next critical point is the filter. Its length, alignment, and internal ventilation are checked. If one is poorly perforated or misaligned, the cigarette does not pass. And finally, the ultimate test: combustion. Selected samples are automatically lit to check that the ember advances uniformly, without going out or accelerating. Everything that does not meet international standards is eliminated without exception. Only the cigarettes that pass this extreme filter receive the green light to move to the last step of the process. Step number 7. Packaging and global distribution. Once quality control is passed, the cigarettes enter their final phase, being packaged and launched into the world. And here, the speed is absolutely brutal again. The cigarettes move along perfectly synchronized belts toward the packaging machines, where everything happens in a matter of seconds. First, they are aligned in exact rows, and high-precision mechanical arms insert them into the packs at a speed impossible for the human eye. Each pack is formed automatically, filled with the exact number of cigarettes, and closed instantly. Next, the exterior comes into play. The pack paper is applied, along with mandatory health warnings featuring high-impact images, tax stamps, and traceability codes that allow tracking each pack from the factory to the point of sale. Everything is registered and controlled to prevent illegal trafficking. The finished packs advance to another line where they are grouped into cartons, and the cartons are stacked in large industrial boxes. From there, they pass directly to the logistics area. Full pallets are loaded non-stop into trucks, trains, and sea containers that leave day and night toward national and international distribution centers. To give you an idea of the real rhythm of this industry, a single plant can pack and dispatch more than 20 million cigarettes every day, supplying entire markets without interrupting production for a single minute. And so, what began as a tobacco leaf in an agricultural field ends up converted into one of the most consumed, distributed, and controversial products on the planet. Of course, there is something that cannot be ignored. Tobacco is one of the main causes of serious diseases and mortality worldwide. Its consumption carries serious risks to health, and the only truly safe option is not to smoke. To finish, tell us, did you imagine all this process? Will you keep smoking after knowing everything that is behind it? Leave us your opinion in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss the next factory tour.